Hey guys, so for today's video I wanted to give some love to the Dodge Durango and take a look at everything we know regarding the future of this SUV. I like doing these types of videos because I do believe it's necessary to look ahead and forecast what might be coming in the future, and it also makes for great discussion, and it's fun to speculate as well. So today we will cover the Dodge Durango timeline, recapping the past couple of years, and then looking at Dodge's future plans for the vehicle past 2023. Rumors are also starting about the Durango getting cancelled or discontinued next year, so I'll address those as well. So, let's get started. The Durango has played an increasingly larger role in the Dodge lineup recently. It was first introduced in 1998 as a midsize SUV, then became a full-size for the second generation from 2004 to 2009, and reverted back to a midsize for the current gen from 2011 to present. So that's 25 model years and counting as of 2022. The current gen has been around for a very long time, over a decade, but unlike the stagnant Chrysler 300, Dodge has been constantly updating the Durango to keep it relevant and exciting, both performance-wise and visually. The third gen Durango has been built alongside the Jeep Grand Cherokee at the Jefferson North Assembly Plant in Detroit, Michigan, sharing the assembly line, running gear, powertrains, and chassis parts with the Grand Cherokee. It also shares the unibody design. With a slightly longer wheelbase, the Durango features 3 rows of seating. The Durango had been overshadowed by the Jeep Grand Cherokee's success for a while, but in 2014, Dodge released a very successful marketing campaign, partnering with Ron Burgundy, aka Will Ferrell.
Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here! Get out of here, you dumb dancers! I've told them 100 times they can't dance in here. Bunch of dirty dancers. There's nothing that gets me more ticked off as a bunch of dirty, irresponsible dancers dancing in front of my Dodge Durango.
And the Durango also got an updated performance look so that it would fit right into the Dodge lineup with the Dodge Challenger and Dodge Charger. However, the Durango was lagging behind the Grand Cherokee for performance for a long time, as it topped out with the 5.7-liter Hemi V8, while the SRT Grand Cherokee came with the 6.4-liter Hemi V8 in the SRT model. Finally, Dodge showed the Durango some love and introduced the SRT 392 model in 2018, and that model has continued to the present day. Dodge then carried over that performance look on other trim levels like the RT and GT. Jeep one-upped Dodge again with the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, which had the big Hellcat engine under the hood in 2018. It would take a few more years, but Dodge did release the 1-year special Hellcat model for the 2021 Durango, so that gave all Dodge vehicles the option of the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 at least once. There were even a few limited edition models as well, like the Mopar 18 and 22. So thanks to those facelifts, visual changes, additional models, and more powerful engines offered, the Durango was able to turn into a consistent success story, selling over 60,000 units every year since 2013, other than the slower pandemic year in 2020, where they still topped 50,000. Even small changes like a sportier hood and fascia go a long way to create excitement for an existing performance vehicle like this. It's something Chrysler could have and should have done for their 300 sedan, but that's a topic of discussion for another video. So now we can look ahead to what comes next for the Durango. As you can probably tell, the moral of the story here is that whatever Jeep does first, Dodge usually follows with respect to the Durango. Jeep is the higher volume seller as a brand, so Stellantis can then follow suit with Dodge to take advantage of economies of scale by using the same platforms and tooling. So of course that makes sense. So what did Jeep do recently? Well, they first launched the all-new Grand Cherokee WL on the FCA Giorgio platform in 2021. They also released the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer for the 2022 model year, and then they gave both models an L, or extended length version, which is a foot longer than the regular ones. So that got everyone thinking, which platform would get used for the next Durango, and why hadn't that been updated yet? So now we know a bit more about the future of this vehicle. First, the Durango will end production after the 2023 model year. So the Durango as we know it will be gone, but of course then the next gen Durango will take its place. That next gen will move back to a body-on-frame architecture, just like the first 2 generations. For years, sources were talking about that body-on-frame, but now the platform is actually available with the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer models. The next gen Durango will go into production alongside those 2 Jeeps at the Warren Truck Assembly Plant in Warren, Michigan. So around that time, the Ram 1500 will have ended production at that plant, so that will allow for the added production of the Durango. So that means the Durango will share most of the WS architecture and will look very similar to the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer, just with different styling that fits better with the Dodge brand. This kind of reminds me of the second gen Durango and the Chrysler Aspen, which were almost identical other than their visual appeal and design, tailored to the different brands, both Chrysler and Dodge. So it's the same here with the Jeep Wagoneer and the Dodge Durango. It's expected that this body-on-frame Durango will go into production sometime in late 2023, which means it should launch as a 2024 model. As for powertrains, the new 3-liter turbocharged inline 6-cylinder Hurricane engines should find their way under the hood of the new Durangos, just like the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer as well. The standard output is the direct competitor for the 5.7-liter Hemi, which is standard on the Durango RT. For reference, that standard output Hurricane will be offered alongside the 5.7-liter in the 2023 Jeep Wagoneer L models, and likely the regular Wagoneers as well. In the Jeeps, the Hurricane makes 420 horsepower and 468 pound-feet of torque when using 89 octane fuel and provides 22 psi of boost. So that would be a decent improvement in power and a slight improvement in gas mileage. The other version is the high output, which is more in competition with the 6.4-liter Hemi, which is standard in the Durango SRT. This high output Hurricane engine is already an option on all the 2022 Grand Wagoneer models for an extra $2,000 US. It will also be found on the 2023 Grand Wagoneer L 4x4 as well. This version makes 510 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, requiring 91 octane fuel and providing 26 pounds of boost. So again, we should see those Hurricane engines either offered alongside the Hemis or replacing them for that next-gen 2024 Durango. So with that out of the way, I just wanted to address one more thing: why the shift back to body-on-frame for the Durango and not continue the unibody design? Well, I have 4 reasons why this will be a success for Dodge and why they chose to do this. So let's go over those now. First off, this allows Dodge to better challenge their American competitors Ford and Chevrolet. Thus far, Dodge hasn't had a body-on-frame SUV since the 2009 Durango, so they've been missing out a bit in this segment. Ford offers the Expedition, and Chevy has the Tahoe, and both of those usually outsell the Durango each year, so this would allow the Durango to tackle those two head-on. Another important reason would be the towing capability. Currently, the Durangos with the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 can tow 6,200 pounds, and the 5.7-liter versions can tow a maximum of 8,900 pounds. The Wagoneer can tow up to 10,000 pounds, so the body-on-frame architecture can help the Durango keep up in that aspect. A third positive for Dodge is that this Durango offers the Stellantis customers a more affordable F-segment SUV. Currently, the Wagoneer starts at $58,995 US, while the Durango starts at a much lower $36,995 price point for the entry-level model in 2022. The Durango being built on the same platform as the Wagoneer will also lead to economies of scale for Stellantis and reduce the overall cost for this architecture, which will hopefully lead to savings for customers down the road in terms of lower price points. Another positive for the body-on-frame would be the attempt for Dodge to increase their market share in the law enforcement segment. The Durango is currently gaining some traction, but still lags behind the Explorer and Expedition police interceptors from Ford and the Tahoe police pursuit vehicle. Law enforcement offices seem to have a preference for those body-on-frame SUVs, which have been proven to be more resistant to abuse than unibody vehicles. A bigger Durango also makes sense as the agencies continue to carry more gear, computers, and electronics. So that's the end of this video, taking a look at the present and future of the Dodge Durango. Let me know what you guys think, and if you're excited to see this SUV go back to body-on-frame. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content and news, and I'll see you guys in the next video.